So, welcome everyone to my show with NAINA, and today we have with us Samar Sarkar, the contestant, the quarterfinalist of Roadies Rising. So, we'll be trying to air up Samar in some time. Okay, so if you have any questions for him, you can put it up in the comment box. So, I'll be mentioning your name and asking him the question. So we'll be trying to add up Samar. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry for the earphones.
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So how are you?
Oh, not too bad. All good. What about you?
I'm doing fine. So how's your lockdown going on?
Don't ask, man. The lockdown is like, yeah, a lot of things happened during this lockdown. Yeah, I found myself
Mm-hmm.
actually. It's all about like
Oh,
you
nice.
you you hardly get time to spend with your family, and you actually sit down and realize what you actually want to do in your life, and this was much
Mm-hmm.
needed. This was a much needed break for me. So yeah, it's been going
Okay.
good. It's been going more creative, and like it was good. Yeah, spending time with my family is like really something everybody would love to do.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, so first of all, welcome to my show, No with Naina. And let me introduce you with my viewers. So, Samar Sarkar, everyone already knows you, but still I'll give a short while introduction. So, Roadies Rising, everyone has seen you there as a quarter finalist. Along with that, Mr. India 2016 top 10 finalist. And also, you are a professional MMA fighter, along with that, sports nutritionist, and a lot more. So, we'll talk about it in the coming session. So,
Yeah.
first of all, say me something about your childhood. How was
Yeah.
it?
Childhood was actually, let me tell you something about my family first. I think
Mm-hmm.
we like a lot of other people, we have a joint family. Like, okay, so they
Mm-hmm.
are all together. We have around 18 to 20 members, sometimes 22 members living together. Okay, it's a huge
Okay.
place. Okay, it's a huge house.
Uh-huh.
So, and the thing is that my family, everybody, everybody is into academics. Everybody is a topper. Okay, my brother is
Okay.
a topper, my sister is a topper. Like everybody is topper. Like, I belong to a Bengali
Mm-hmm.
family, so it's
Uh-huh.
academics is everything for us. For my parents, it used to be. And I was the one who was out of the box thinking. I was always into sports and extracurricular activities.
Uh-huh.
I was into everything except academics. So that thing,
Okay.
it's like a thing to me and all my parents and sisters. I had a traumatic childhood where, all
Mm-hmm.
my sisters, my parents, everybody is like, Sama, you need to study, you need to have good grades in your school, and look at your parents, look at your brothers, look at your sisters, they're doing so well, and why can't you? And let me tell you, I was an average student. I was a first class student, securing about
Okay.
60%, but then, comparing to that with my brothers and sisters, it was
Mm-hmm.
nothing because they
Obviously.
were all 90s and I was like a 60s. So
Okay.
it was
Uh-huh.
nothing. So that's how
Mm-hmm.
my childhood was, and it was quite, I had a shoot where, I had to do because
Okay.
I'm the youngest one in my family, so
Mm-hmm.
the youngest one usually get the pampering and everything.
Okay.
So the same thing happened with me. I was pampered, my sisters, my brothers, and everybody. I was pampered a lot. So maybe it was one of the reasons why things got a little bit weird and it happened
Mm-hmm.
something different with me because of all the pamperings I got. So that's how my
Mm-hmm.
childhood was.
Okay. Okay. So, what was the childhood dream of Samar Sarkar? If not MMA fighter, roadie, model,
Uh,
sports nutritionist, then what? What will be Samar
maybe an
Sarkar?
artist. Maybe an artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you paint
Yeah.
or
I
artist?
used
Okay.
I used to sketch a lot, and during my school
Mm-hmm.
days, where I completed my schooling from St. Stephen's School, and
Okay.
I guess I was one of the few students who used to participate into all these national painting competitions and sketching
Mm-hmm.
competitions. Like back then, we used to have this big inter-school competition like Horlicks with skates and all these things. Where
Mm-hmm.
I got the gold medal and everything. So yeah, so I
Okay.
would have been an artist, a good one actually. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
happened.
Okay.
I
Okay. So
was
in this
thought that
lockdown,
yeah.
have you painted anything?
No, I think I'm out of sketching from like it's been almost a decade, I guess. But yeah, I've got my nieces
Mm-hmm.
coming down to my place, so I teach them sometimes how to draw an apple, mango, scenery, or something. But
Okay.
you can say I still have this sketching pencil in my hand. It's always there.
Yeah,
But
I've seen in many interviews you have this pen on your hand.
yeah, I think I don't know. It's always with me. It's all in the study room there. So I don't know. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I used to draw, and sometimes whenever I'm feeling low or something like that, because for me
Okay.
during that moment, sketching and painting was a form of sort of mode of like escaping from the current scenario, or from the stress, or
Like
you know
expressing yourself with
yeah, expressing
painting.
yourself. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I used to, when I used to sketch, I basically used to let all my frustrations down on the whiteboard or the canvas, like all the
Mm-hmm.
paintbrushes, all the violent colors and everything. It would describe me a lot. So I used to do that, just for fun, just to keep my mind calm, and so that I don't take any hasty decisions while I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a depression mode or something in the serious mood. So I used to paint that, and it happened a couple of times in between, because as you grow up, you when you really face this world, and then you realize
Mm-hmm.
that whatever you've learned academically, or you say whatever they teach you in schools, has a totally different reality check is totally different. So when I
Hmm.
started dealing with my job, my bosses, and everybody, and so with my clients, and everybody thing got really messed up. So then I used to just sit at home and take a day off, and I used to sketch. That's sometimes anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So, as everyone knows, you are a fitness freak. So, in this pandemic situation, what do you think is, physical fitness is necessary to control your, mental fitness, like mental mind in the,
So we've all
to
been.
deal with stress.
Yeah, I got your point. So we are
Mm-hmm.
right from childhood. We heard that saying, like a healthy mind resides in a healthy body, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
happened is that, but my point is that I would like to just point it out. People think fitness is all about do a rigorous workout, go for. I've seen a lot of people doing cycling these days. I think the cycling
Mm-hmm.
industry is booming now. So they are doing a lot of
Yeah.
cycling and everything. Yeah. So people have to through your medium. I just want to say this to the people, like just working out won't help you. Your workout is
Mm-hmm.
important, right? Your workout is very important, along with right nutrition. Nutrition is very important. Until unless you focus
Mm-hmm.
on your nutrition, because when we cook food, when we actually eating that food, the food that you make is it's actually the energy that you are receiving. Okay, everything
Mm-hmm.
just radiates energy. So when you're cooking your food, so you have to get that energy. And for the stress busters thing, working out is a mode. Working out is like you have 24 hours in a day, and in 24 hours you're just working out for, like, say, how 50 minutes, 1 hour, max one and a half hour. That was the time you're
Mm-hmm.
working. That thing will only count how much amount, how you spending your rest 23 hours. The
Okay.
1 hour of
Uh-huh.
workout,
I got it.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
this will count only how you spend the rest 23 hours. You're getting enough sleep. You're having
Mm-hmm.
your the meals at time. Like you're having more than 3 meals a day. So these things all count.
Mm-hmm.
So working out is important, of course, and when you're having stress, because when we work out, we release few hormones like dopamine and serotonin and melatonin. We all those hormones, when they release, those are feel good hormones like dopamine, feel good hormone, oxytocin, feel good hormones. So we release those hormones. So when we release those hormones, it keeps your mind calm and out of the negativity. Because it's very easy to say that people, you shouldn't be depressed, you shouldn't think of negative activities, something negative has happened to you, you shouldn't be overthinking that. But, a person who is feeling that, he's only able to understand, because this is not something a person does voluntarily. Okay, this happens because, your back of the head, things are going on and you can't voluntarily stop it. Because nobody likes to be depressed, right? Nobody likes to get depressed. Nobody wants to be in that zone. Right, so so they can't help it. So to help them, of course, the one suggestion as a layman you can give to that person is that just do one thing: let's start working out. And for the first timers, I would like to say, first timers, don't just push yourself or just rush yourself into working out like 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Start like a very minimum. Start like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. You start like that, and step by step, and day after day, you increase the duration, and then along with that, simultaneously, you have to also take care of your nutrition, like whatever you're eating. Actually, that is very important. What you're eating.
Overall.
Overall, the consumption part is very important. Consumption and sleep. The duration of sleep you're getting, because during this lockdown, a lot of people's biological clock has altered. People are nowadays, maximum people are, I'm sure a lot of people they're sleeping at 3 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, because that cycle has changed. So that completely, because of the change of cycle, your body sometimes will not adapt to that thing. So to maintain the cycle, you have to have a proper sort of sleep, amount of sleep, a nutrition. You have to just keep that thing in balance. That's all we can do as a person. So, and as a guidance, so I can just say workout is important, and this is as a story, all the negativity will come out as a sweat, and you are going to release those negativity. Good food is very important to feel energetic and keep going for the next of the day, and sleep is very important for repairing your muscles and things like that.
Okay, so recently I have seen you have also got a record of achievement certificate from WHO.
Oh, yeah.
And along with that, also a certificate for successfully completing COVID-safe martial arts instructor certification.
Yeah.
So what is that exactly?
Basically, so I tell you what happens when you're talking about the martial arts certificate. Basically, that certificate are for the existing instructors. Okay, so it's not that they'll teach you how to learn, because you can't learn martial art online. That is the thing, because in martial arts, for the people those who have done extensive courses, for them they know the martial art is 50% practical and 50% is theory. There's also a theory part. A lot of people, they don't know that, but there's also a theory part. You have to know the entire mechanism, how your body works and everything. How a martial art diet is totally different, and how you work out, how it affects your body. It's totally different. Athlete diet is totally different. Athlete workout is different. So theory is there. And this certificate, what you're talking about, this certificate basically for the COVID-19 thing, that an instructor is, basically when we instruct, we are doing a group classes, right? It's not one-on-one personal training, because maximum time martial art classes are group classes. So what happens is that when you're doing a group class, because of this COVID-19 situation, you have to maintain a amount of distance, right? You have to maintain a particular amount of distance, and because martial art is a combat sport, you have to touch each other. So how to instruct them in a non-combat style, like how to maintain a safe distance and still practice the sparring part. And still practice the technical part, and how to also do the jiu-jitsu part without coming in contact. So this is what it teaches. And for regarding WHO thing, it has to deal with the medical. In my relative, anybody who is sick, who's he's COVID positive or something like that. So to maintain that hygiene, in that area, in that confined room, suppose that person is sick and that person has, and I have to take care of that person. So how to keep the environment clean, and how to keep every
Okay.
instrument, everything, whatever that person touches or uses, how to keep it clean and make it safe for that person, so that no other infections or diseases get hold of him. So the WHO thing teaches you that, and that certificate, the WHO
Okay.
thing, is important because I was also thinking, I've also opted for this. So these camps and all coming up from WHO, they organize these
Okay.
camps and everything, so that you can go there and help people. So I have also opted for that, and for doing that, this certificate is compulsory, and this is important. So
Okay.
so once now I have done that, I've completed the course.
Mm-hmm.
Now when they need me, because I have opted for the national arena. So when they need me nationally, if they are organizing some sort of campaign or some sort of camp nationally in backward areas, in rural areas. So when they organizing something like that, they need manpower. So when they need manpower, they're gonna invite me, and then I'm gonna fly there and help these people. It's a non-profit
Okay.
organization sort of thing. So that's why.
Okay, so how did you get into this martial arts wala different story?
Can you hear me? You were lost actually.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has got a funny story behind it. Basically,
Okay.
what happened is that it all actually started as a bunking session for us, because it started in school. And I was an artist during that time, during my class 10 and class 9. And I was good at painting and everything. So all my friends, they used to bunk classes, on my expense. They were like, so I used to take the free classes, because I used to go out, and I used to tell my teacher, sir, I need to practice my sketch, because there's an environment day coming, there's an inter-school competition coming, so I have to practice. So my friends were like, teacher ko bolte hai ki, sir, we'll assist Samar. He used to sharpen his pencil, he used to get his stuff clean, and he needs his brushes and everything. So that's how that trend of bunking classes at our friends' expense, the trend started in our school. And then what happened that during that time, it was in 2005, 6, in my school days, they introduced a new MMA, martial art classes in our school. That was a compulsory class. For higher class students, it was compulsory to participate in the martial art classes to keep themselves fit and something. It was a school thingy.
Okay.
So and that thing is, what happened was that that was one of the bahana that there's a golden opportunity, let's bunk the classes. So we all of us used to just enroll, just give names, like, sir, हम लोग join करेंगे, just give the names. So then when there is a social science classes or maths classes, we used to bunk the class. We have martial art practice. There's a competition coming up. We need to go. And the teacher was like, okay. School ka baat hai, bhai, jao. So we used to rush.
Okay.
So when we reached there, and just because we were one of the senior students, so we used to dominate the class. We used to dominate teachers. I was like, sir, aap karo na, hum log hai na idhar baithe hue. So we used to just make 2 rounds and just sit and chill and play and discuss this and that while the class is going on. And the teacher was not very strict. So we had this upper hand thingy. And we used to, whenever the principal or the dean used to come to the playground and used to just to check. So we were like the senior class, and we used to stand up and we instruct the students. Oh, hey, just rotate your arms. This was a fun thing.
Okay.
So what happened was that we started as like 25 of the students we enrolled, and only 5 of them got the interest, because when you're learning karate or taekwondo or any form of martial art, because it all starts from the ground level. Okay, the sparring, or we call the fighting practice. The sparring part is the exciting part, and people think the sparring part is all about, or martial art is all about the sparring. No, the martial art is not all about sparring. Martial art has got a lot of other aspects, and sparring is like just 10% of it actually. Because we don't learn martial art to beat people. We learn martial art for ourselves, to find ourselves, to focus, to concentrate. There are a lot of other things, the discipline and things. So only 5 of us got hold to it, because karate and taekwondo, they have got this confusing forms. In the sense like when we are learning karate, our instructor uses the Japanese language to instruct us.
Okay.
the number system is Japanese, the instructing system is Japanese. So there was a lot of confusing words were there. And secondly, we call it katas. It's a form. Like, like in a dance, what do you do? In a dance, you go from like a step-by-step thing, like from one step, two steps, three steps. So you do it with the song and you add different moves in dance, right? So the same thing happens, same thing happens in kata, which is called the forms, the formation.
Okay.
It's a formation of 18, 20, and 25, 30 steps where you have to do it perfectly. You have to go from one place, from this side to this side, and then come back. And at the best part is that from where you started, you have to end on the same place. So your leg measurements and everything has to be perfect, basically, and with the movements. Because and the thing is that in kata we get points on the amount of sound we can produce from our gi. The gi is the thing that we wear, the uniform.
Okay.
So with the perfect sound, with the perfect breathing. So that part was very confusing. Because katas are very confusing. Iske baad kahan jana, acha bhul gaya. And that thing, as a young guy, we were like, we were very kacha, we were very bad at it. So, dheere karke, when the training became tough, where the instructor used bamboos to harden our shins and everything, then we have to strike each other.
Okay.
So that was because during that time, our instructor, he was an old thinking tradition wala instructor, okay? So during that time, learning martial art was a big deal. It wasn't for fitness then. It wasn't for made, or it wasn't taught in a fitness forum, like कि इससे वो fitness के through जाएंगे. That wasn't designed then. That was a hardcore thing where you'll get hurt, you'll break your bones, you have to harden. It's like more of a military sort of training. So a lot of people, they get scared, and I was the one, and along with me there were 4 other guys. So what happened, class 10 tak, we practiced. Uske baad there was a metric, so we had to give it up for 3-4 months, and then giving up karne ke baad, those guys, they chose science stream, and now a lot of them are doing really well. Some of them passed out from IIT, some of them from NIIT. So they are like brainy guys.
Okay.
So they chose science, and they chose this stream, and then science stream gives you a very less time for personal stuff. So so then they used to really get very less time, so they can't make it to the practice. And I, on the other hand, I chose commerce. And commerce mein kya hua ki I was like I was anyways not an academic guy. Look, I just had in mind that my objective is to just pass, because graduation ke certificate mein marks nahi dikhte. Like you are a graduate, right? I just had to somehow pass the thing. So I just randomly, hafte mein 2 din I used to go to classes in the college, and the rest of the days I was always in the field. Like I was in my school field, or in the Sports Authority of India, in the Sai field, or the Nehru Stadium field where they teach and everything. So like 3 to 4 hours of training every day was going on with my friends and everybody. So this is how I started gaining the interest, and then competing, and that thing went on and on. So that's how, I never, and then there was a point where I sat down in my room, and I was realizing how an artist became a martial artist, how I left the brush and I picked up the gloves, and I didn't even realize that.
Okay.
So that was the transition that happened then.
Maybe that was destiny for you.
Maybe if I connect the dots in a reverse order, maybe I'll know that it all makes sense.
Okay. So Roadies rising journey. So how was the experience over there?
Roadies rising journey, I would like to say it was a hell of an experience. It was nice. It was amazing. It was like, for most of us, it was like a vacation. Okay. It was like, when we went in, we were like so nervous, who's going to win, who's going to get voted out on the first day or the second day or whatever. We never knew, because thing was that everybody, all the faces
so is it really
were new.
Scripted?
No, I'll tell you something about scripted.
As people say.
No, that's a lot of people. I get these questions every time. There is something called the scripted part, and there is something called the creative part. There are 2 differences.
Okay.
So scripted में क्या होता है? Scripted is, as the definition says, they give you the script beforehand, and they tell you कि आपको ये करना है and ये करना है. This person will come and do this and that, and accordingly you have to react. Right?
Okay.
That is scripted. Creatives में क्या होता है? Creatives में they have a plan in mind. On the first week, they analyze that their producers and the directors, they analyze, and the gang leaders, they analyze which person is what, which person has got the potential, and कौन क्या कर सकता है when it comes to a danger, like in a pressurized situation, who will react in what way. They analyze that because they are doing this thing for quite a long time, like 15-20 years almost. So they know in this pressurized situation what will happen. So they analyze that, and accordingly क्या होता है? For example, now we are talking. Okay, we had cameras on us for about 24/7. There were GoPros, they were recording everything. For example, I'm sitting in a group of people, right? Like for example, you are there in your family, and you of course have disagreements. Sometimes you of course fight over some topics, right? So the same thing happens with us because the camera is always on, and they were like, "कि camera है, सोच के वो मत करो. Live your normal life." Okay, this is a group, this is the gang you have been allotted to a gang. Support the gang, how you react, whatever mind game you play, and there are 20 people and everybody got different opinions about things, so the things get heated up, and then things get heated up. They get the content, they get the masala कि अच्छा. Now what they do is that now ये जो masala मिल गया ना, they'll stretch the masala. For example, masala ऐसा हुआ कि I know that Varun is not a good guy. Me and Shiv, suppose we are against Varun. Varun is not a good guy. We are going to vote this person out in the next vote out. So we have decided. And everything is being recorded. The producers know कि ये लोग क्या बातें कर रहे हैं, whatever they are planning. Everybody knows. So Varun को हटाना. So it is your connection is poor, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so now in the voting round, the right? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can see you.
There's a connection problem, but yeah, it's going okay now.
Okay, so the voting.
You can hear me?
The voting one. Me and Shiv were together. We are voting out against Varun. And the producers and the direction people, they know if Varun goes out, if Varun leaves, the masala will go. The masala is going on because Varun is here and these guys are fighting over Varun. So that's why the masala is going on. So what they'll do is that in the voting, they'll cut a plan of their own, and they'll कि आज inter vote out होगा. So now you got you got another masala. Varun is safe. Varun बच गया of getting voted out, and now me and Shia are from the same to vote against each other. Now the masala will start again. So that get the masala out. They don't give you the script. They'll direct in a way. They'll point you towards a direction where you'll be confused and what to do and all these things. So all these things will go on. So that's all. That's how the Roadies thingy goes. But at the end of the day, the journey was amazing, and we're still friends, all of us. Whatever there was, we decided, after the show, we know this is a show, this is a game, and things are being manipulated or things are being directed in a way that we actually end up fighting with each other, and because at the end of the day, there has to be one winner out of 20. So we have to do. It's a game. Ultimately, it's a game. It's no hard feelings for anybody. Everybody is really an amazing person. So we're still together. We're still friends. All of us. We have a group. We chat. We plan out the reunion thing and everything. So it's amazing.
Who's your best friend from there?
Shiv Thakre is my best friend.
Okay. Okay. So as you Okay, so for having a figure, you can hear me?
Can't hear you actually. Can you repeat the question?
So I'm saying that you are also a nutritionist.
I lost you.
So having a transformation, do you think it is very necessary to take some advanced people? You cannot hear me?
I lost you there. Can you repeat it again?
I know there's a lot of problems. Okay, I was saying to have a good body, is it necessary to take advice from a sports nutritionist?
I'm sorry, Rishti, thing got cut off again. You have to repeat the question again. I couldn't hear half of it.
So, okay. So, for having a good body, is it necessary to take advice from a nutritionist? Do you? Can you hear
So
me
your
now?
question is to have a good body. Is it necessary to?
Like, is it necessary to take advice from a sports nutritionist? Yeah.
So to hire a nutritionist, that was your question, right? So is it necessary to hire a nutritionist?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you also.
But I can see the blur you. Let me go. This thing is going really bad. To have a good bod, do you really need to hire a nutritionist? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, yeah, it's important. It's not important. It's the same thing because what happens is that suppose you already have a prior knowledge, but you are not a certified nutritionist, but you have a prior knowledge that a lot of people nowadays, because internet is everywhere. People can Google it, stuff everything, whatever they know, whatever they want. Okay, so they get everything. So people have prior knowledge. Sometimes they say, I would like to say that people, those who have less or very less, know how to about it, where they're starting off with their workout now. They don't know, they have no idea about anything. Okay, so in English, it's important for people to hire nutrition to know what to eat, where your efforts should get the results. So it's important to have a nutritionist on your backdrop if you don't have any knowledge about to eat. If you have knowledge and suppose are very important for people, like for athletes, those who are about to perform in the state level, or those who want to perform in national or international level, say whatever discipline it may be, irrespective of the discipline. So if you are going for that arena, nutrition plays a big role that everybody knows. So when you're going for that arena, it's advisable to hire a nutritionist. It's very important if you're going for that.
Okay. Okay, so as you are also a book lover, you can hear me?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So as I've come to know book lover, so you, which is your book which motivates you and why? A book which motivates you and why?
Okay, a book which motivates me and why. Okay, the first book is from Robin Sharma. The name of the book is Who'll Cry When You Die. That's the name of the book. The book says a lot. The title says a lot in itself, because what happens is, because let me tell you something, and to the viewers, and whoever is going to watch this in the future, for those people, I'm also, a lot of people don't know about this part of mine, is that I'm a very spiritual person. Okay, I'm kind of, I'm all into meditation and all this energy related things, the chakras and everything. So I'm into all these things. So when I read that book was the first book, non-academic book, which I have read, and that has completely changed my views about people, about my opinion about how to approach towards life, and what actually to expect from life or not. Because that book is kind of me. It's like, if you keep on reading it, just keep on reading it. The thing is, you won't get
bored up, because that book is very important to me, and that book is good because it's going to motivate you throughout whatever everything you want. It's like, you just turn the page and you keep on reading. It motivates you as a person, as an individual. Is going to support you, in this situation. Like we all know, this this world is going really bad. Okay, so we need to join those good people around, right? To see that things. We hear about a lot of criminal cases coming up, a lot of rape cases happening, and all these things like happening in the world. So all this disturbs us, and we question ourselves: why do these people do that? They're not good people. They're not. If you really want in other people, you have to yourself. You have to change yourself as a person. If everybody starts changing themselves, the world will become a place, and that book really teaches you that. The good book is my favorite, all the favorite.
Okay. Okay, so as you told about rape cases and all that, so I have a question with that also. Like, for martial arts, do you think, it's very...
Hello.
Pardon? Yeah, you can hear me now?
I can't hear you actually.
Now?
Just a sec, let me put up this earphones and if this works.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you told about rape cases and everything, so at the present scenario, we have seen, there are lots of this kind of cases which are already going on. So, do you think is it very necessary for the women or the girls, ladies, to take martial art as a, defense training?
To better answer this question, I'd like to say our rotating game. So to better ask this question, I would like to say, yeah, martial art is important because in countries and in a lot of regions, even a lot of schools nowadays is started in so martial art in schools and everywhere is compulsory. You have to take the martial art classes. Okay, it's compulsory now. Seeing the what happens is that you come out situation like that. For example, as much as a lady is concerned, as a woman is concerned, when you are in such situation where 4 and 5 guys are grouping you, 4 and 5 guys, like, you are in a kidnapping stage or something like that. So martial art won't promise you that just learning this technique will get you out of it, because martial art is all about, it does teach you your self-defense. Is that apart from that, martial art teaches other things also, which is like to identify, to realize your intuitions, to identify your intuitions. When a person is looking at you in a wrong, or he means some sort of harm to you, you'll realize that this is going to turn really bad. Okay, so that thing is important. And when it comes to the ground reality, because there are a lot of factors. When you're practicing martial art, you are in a comfortable place, in a comfortable position, where the environment is very comfortable, and you have your friends around, you have your instructor around who is going to teach you that way. But when you are in a ground, when in a reality, you tend to forget those techniques, because you are tensed, you are panicking, and you are like, you want to just live, you want to just come out of the situation. That's all you can think of. Like a lot of things floods your head. You start crying. Panicking is one of the things which is like going to turn the entire table around. So when you learn martial arts, it's not about there are a lot of other things coming up nowadays. I can see that people are coming up with crash courses of 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 12 weeks, all those things. They're coming up with martial art crash courses. Crash help you all about memory, about what you keep on practicing in and day out, right? You keep on practicing the thing day in and day out so that your muscle remembers this thing. Whenever something happens, you have to. So I would like to tell you, martial art. Let's not think of martial art as a completely different extracurricular activity. Let's think it's a
Mm-hmm.
necessity to survive. Well, there are certain things people should learn. For example, a stick car, a manual is for survival. You should learn a
Mm-hmm.
manual car, you should learn how to cycle, and you should learn how to swim. These are the basic
Mm-hmm.
things a human being should learn in order to survive
Yeah.
in the world,
Hmm.
okay, in the worst case scenario. Now let's add up
Mm-hmm.
martial art into it because martial art is
Okay.
important now. Because let's add up to survive, you need to know martial art right from the childhood or wherever stage you are in right now. Pick up martial art, keep practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think of martial art as an escape pod to self-defense or something like that. I have to do a self-defense and I have to learn martial art. Don't think of that. Like think as a part of your life, as like every day
Mm-hmm.
morning you wake up, you brush your teeth, and you get your bathing thing, you do breakfast, and think of it as a routine, as a lifestyle routine. You have to do martial art every day. So
Okay.
that's how we can change the trend. That's how the thinking is all about the thinking. You have to let's
Okay.
make it compulsory because if everybody knows martial art, the crime rate is going to come down in a drastic way. Okay, so it's gonna
Mm-hmm. Right.
because it's going to come in a drastic way. So that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so from now serious talks to we will come to a little bit of rapid fire wala round. I have
Aha.
put up some questions for you. So you have to answer it in one sentence or anything, whatever comes in your mind. The
Just
first one.
rapidly. Okay, just rapidly.
Yeah. Okay, so first one is little simple one. Favorite food of Samar Sarkar.
Favorite food? Cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Single or committed?
Complicated.
That's the word which everyone uses nowadays.
Oh no, serious.
Committed. Okay. So next is any movie you would like to, where you would like to act.
I can't
I'm saying any movie where you can hear me now.
know the thing is disturbing. Yeah, tell me.
I'm saying any movie where you would any is your favorite.
Uh, has to be in Hollywood or Bollywood.
Anything.
Anything. I would like to go
Yeah.
back in time and act as a Karate Kid movie with Mr. Miyagi and do the
Oh, my favorite wala movie.
wax in or
Yeah.
wax out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. A color which describes
Please.
a color which describes your personality.
Okay. Color is and I think orange describes me.
There's a lot of connection problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So you told orange, or
Yeah, orange is my favorite color. Yeah, it best describes me as a person.
why is that? Any specific thing?
Because the color orange is like whenever I see orange is like I'm very happy because in fact orange
Mm-hmm.
happens to be my favorite fruit also. So
Okay.
an orange color related to that, and whenever I see orange, because the color orange itself is like sign of warmth, energy, power, and happiness is a sign of that. So orange, yeah, any day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a question from audience, Pondon. What's your favorite sport except MMA?
Except MMA, my favorite sport. I've never really thought about it actually. Uh, favorite sport, what gonna take? Say I would take up archery. Archery, like I've
Ooh,
tried 1 or 2 times. Archery is good.
really.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm saying that game is really interesting.
Yeah, I've tried
Archery.
1 or 2 times even in Roadies first episode also of this archery thing, which
Mm-hmm. Okay.
tried this archery thing, which led my gang win the ruling task. So yeah, archery is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite.
Okay. If you had to define love.
Define love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the only question. Define love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just happiness and feeling of compatibility
Peace. Okay. Okay.
and sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Did you
Yep.
say sacrifice?
I did say sacrifice. Yeah.
Okay.
It's to when you interact with
Okay.
some other person, you
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice your own. A lot of things you have to sacrifice to in case in order to change yourself to that person and to comfort that person. So yeah, sacrifice is the
Mm-hmm. Very.
major thing that love demands. So you have to be ready to sacrifice everything for the
Mm-hmm.
person you love.
Okay. Okay. So I'll give you two options: romantic dinner with a special one, or outing with friends.
Uh,
Romantic dinner.
outing with friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I, any day.
Okay. So, if you had to describe your personality with a song, you sing also. I have seen videos. तो गा के भी सुना सकते हो.
Okay, I don't have my guitar along with me. One of my friend, his name is Rishabh, and he's watching me right now. He took my guitar and he didn't
Okay.
bring it back. So it's a kind reminder to Rishabh Agarwal watching uh, this live video. Please kindly remind me, bring back my guitar. So I would like to say, because yeah, I'm kind of a bit person also. So
Mm-hmm.
so I would like to say, there's this song I really love a lot. Hey, there's Dila
Mm-hmm.
by. Are you familiar with the song?
So you'd like to sing few lines?
Okay, so maybe like it goes about it as plot is like a different place. It's just love story, a different place, and
Mm-hmm.
he sings to her. It's like, hey, there's Delilah, what it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight we look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you. I'm sure it's true. Hey, there's Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. Right there in song, not listen right.
Okay.
So that's how it goes actually. Yeah,
ये
probably
I
I would
make
like to.
Samar sing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So a quality, if you were not a sports person, you wouldn't have developed.
Sorry, can you come
A
again?
quality, yeah, a quality, if you were not a sports person, you wouldn't have developed.
Uh,
Because you're an MMA fighter, that's why you have this quality. What is that? One quality.
That's I can name several. I would like to say two qualities. First is
Okay.
determination, and one is discipline. I wouldn't have developed
Okay.
that in. I couldn't have even think of it in my wildest dream that I would develop discipline and determination in my life ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to MMA, it helped me a lot.
Okay. Okay, so there's a last question to this rapid fire round.
Okay.
So do you think girls are into your eyes and smile or your body?
Well,
What is your
when actually a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter of the gender, when they fall their package, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, there are some specific things, right? Like, I guess many people or many girls have already texted, like, Samar, I like your eyes, I like your smile, I like your body. Which thing you think is the
There
most
are a lot of people,
appreciating
a
you get?
lot of people, they like a lot of women, they are like, not the eyes, but I think one is with the smile, and I have got this
Mm-hmm.
weird about my nose. They like my nose somehow. It's about the smile and this weird thingy about my nose. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Sharp wala.
Yeah, sharp wala. Yeah, they have this thing. They're like, I really love your nose. I'm like, is this lady okay? Why the nose? Sometimes you get this
Yeah.
weird.
And they're like, junga nak thaka lora sabi. They, always suggest.
Sorry.
My friends, they suggest me junga nak thaka lora sabi.
That
Sharp nose. Go for a guy with
is there a
like.
specific reason for that? I don't know why people fall for this pointed nose or something like that. I really couldn't make it out actually. Why
नाक
do girls
ऐसा
think?
होगा तो
I'm
अच्छा नहीं
asking you.
लगेगा ऑब्वियसली.
Okay.
नाक ऐसा होगा तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. बड़ा होगा अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. तो शार्प होगा then you look good.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mhm. Okay, so this is a compulsory question for all my guests. In the coming 5 years or 7 years, where do you want to see yourself, or if anything, if you want to do for the society?
Well, like me, I'm like, after coming to Guwahati, I've completely devoted myself into business. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the thing is that because of my business purpose, because what I do is that I have this supply firm with a friend of mine, where it's partnership business. So we travel a lot of other places, like we do government supplies, and
Mm-hmm.
we have a firm, and so we deliver this products, like say high tension wires, everything. We so in the next coming 5 or 6 years. I'm thinking, I'm seeing myself, and and
Mm-hmm.
also I'm seeing myself a married man by then, in 5 and 6 years. So, and by then, as I've that I really have to wait for this rotating thing of yours. When this rotating overs, then I resume my answer. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so so why because of the business purpose, I travel to very rural places at times, and I've seen still there are places where children are deprived of their education. They really don't have a proper living there. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, if I have that amount of money, I would like to set up a school for this the private class, and at least to these people of these people where to work on a solar energy. So just put up a street light there. So
Okay.
there's a
So there's
can't hear you. Can you?
hello.
Yeah, tell me. Can you
Yeah,
hear
there's
me?
a lot of this connection problem.
Your end. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I never have this problem, but
It's okay. Yeah, I can hear you. It's okay. This shit happens sometimes. Yeah, carry on. I can hear you. I can see you. Hello. Yeah, can you see?
Okay. Hello. There's a lot of connection problem. I don't know why is it coming so much. So we are almost to our end of the interview. Though we'll
Yep. Hi.
okay. Hi. There's a lot of issue with this.
Oh God,
Uh,
that's the.
so as at the end of the interview, so last words for the viewers of Know with Nana.
Uh, can you repeat it again?
Last words for the viewers of Know with Nana.
Okay, got that question bits and pieces, so I understood what you were asking me. So,
Mm-hmm.
words for your viewers regarding your program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing I would like to say that it was really amazing, talking to you, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
it has been really fun. And I have not done this for quite a long time, so it's really amazing to interact virtually now and sharing my ideas the way you are asking me, and it's really amazing. And this was, I would like to say again, this was a much needed thing into the society where people
Mm-hmm.
during this lockdown, a lot of people are coming up with platforms where they can invite people, those who have a certain amount of influence in the society, and share their ideas. A lot of people whom we cannot personally reach out. So through your
Mm-hmm.
programs, people like me, people like anybody else, whatever, whoever, whatever discipline they belong from, so they can reach out to a
Mm-hmm.
public and they can reach out to a broader society and at least give out our views and ideas and some problems people. Okay, so
Yeah. Okay.
this is really amazing show, and
Uh-huh.
as really amazing show, and you are doing really great. Well, I don't other people. I'm really proud of you. Like you are coming up, really doing such an amazing job. Like bringing out like people of certain influence to the public and share their experience
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and so we can learn. It's amazing.
So thank you. Actually, thank you for joining us in this show because I always wanted to talk to you. To be truthful, Samar
Okay.
Sarkar from that time when I saw you on Roadies, I was like, okay, I want to talk to this guy. सबके तो crush होते ही है तो Samar Sarkar was also once my crush. So
Oh, thank
okay, so it was really fun talking with you
thank you.
and very happy that you accepted to my show. So we'll catch up in Guwahati, and I'm really very, hopeful that we'll reach lots of success in the coming journey, whatever plan. So thank you once again, and take
Thank you
care.
so much, and let all my energy be with you. Rise and
Thank
shine.
you. Okay, chalo then. Bye bye.
Take care.
Okay, so this was with us, Samar Sarkar. from Roadies Rising, and I hope so everyone enjoyed it. In our next interview session, we'll be bringing some more interesting guests in our show. So till then, stay tuned with Know with Nana, and thank you for hearing us, being with us for such a long time. Thank you.